everybody.
Welcome to the mess hall.
Welcome to the mess hall. That's
I
it.
wanted to take over it.
All right,
then.
take over.
I'm Jamie at the Jamie Rowan. I'm Jamie Rowan. How do we say it?
And you know me, Andrew Youngblood. We're back with another edition of the mess hall. Thank you for tuning in.
Yay.
Tuning in. What is this? The fucking
tuning
50s?
in. I like
Thanks
it.
for tuning in, folks. This week on the mess hall.
Extra.
Yeah,
Read all about it.
Yeah, it did sound very old-timey tune in. But yeah, anyways, we're getting these out here, and we're here. We're doing it. It's going to be a fun one.
we're busting these out.
Yeah, what did you do this week? What's your life like? Come on,
It was
Jamie.
my birthday.
Oh, fuck. Today's your birthday.
Yesterday was my birthday.
What is today? Oh, shit. I never even you were supposed to go out.
I told you guys on Tuesday.
That you didn't want to go out with us.
I hate to give everyone a peek behind the curtain, but I told you guys on Tuesday that my birthday was Wednesday. It is now Thursday, and I got 0 texts, not even a group chat message from either one of you jerks.
God, Mike, what a piece of shit. What a producer, dude. You should be texting me to text her. That's fucked up.
And I feel like both of you guys know enough about me to know I need emotional support. I need that. I need a birthday text. You can
happy belated birthday.
just lie to me. I know y'all don't give a fuck about
I care.
me. Just pretend.
I care. You know what? I got the final cut of the special in yesterday, and so I was like...
No, that is true.
I was freaking out the whole time. So that's not a good excuse, though. I feel like a bad friend.
No,
and
that is very
exciting.
You should be obsessed about it. It's coming out so soon. It's going to be so good.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
And I'm excited, though. And, yeah, so that's why I missed it. So I do apologize.
I wish I
feel like
could
a
give you
piece of
guys
shit.
something juicy anyway about it. And really, it
What
was just like
happened?
the perfect, like, old
Did you get
lady,
anal?
mellow birthday. I did not. Will never get it.
On him.
No, will never have zero desire. I do think it's funny to touch around there on him because he gets so
It's your birthday. Put it in.
I have truly attempted to, a finger up. I'm kind of obsessed about it now because he's so against it, and I just think it's hilarious to razz him. But
Yeah,
no,
give it a shot.
none of that. You're obsessed with ass.
I'm not obsessed with ass. It's just, it's fun. There's a lot of good spots in there, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I hear. I don't know. I'd like to get milked.
What? Oh, you're talking about. Okay, you're talking about there is your.
There's a gland in there.
Yeah.
There's a prostate gland. You can get milked. You come from it. I'd give it a shot.
I learned this from
If someone
Christina.
knows how to do it, hit me up.
Yeah, how do you
hit up the mess hall pod?
Anybody could do it. I figure you'd have to just do a little bit of light reading first to figure out.
I don't like to research before sex.
I learned about it from the movie Road Trip.
I learned about it from the movie American Pie.
Shout out to the guys.
Doesn't Stifler's mom? I'm pretty sure.
You're thinking of Road Trip. That's Sean William Scott who plays Stifler. He's in Road Trip.
He's also in Road Trip, and he gets milked in that.
Yeah, they run out of money, so they go to donate sperm, and he asks the nurse, who is also the girl from the cover of the Blink-182 album, if he can help her out, or if she can help him out, and she's like, oh yeah, and then she.
What perfect casting, the glove and everything.
Yeah, well, it's just, I would give that a shot. That sounds fun. Have you ever been milked, Mike?
No.
Would you allow it?
Probably not.
Why not?
Because it's not my thing.
Well, you don't know until you try it.
Yeah, if I knew that I had that somewhere there, well, no, it just is so painful even when something gets near it.
When it gets near it?
Yeah.
That's what on Jackson Namie's Kill Tony interview, he had to explain to Tony Hinchcliffe that guys can come from just receiving anal.
Tony knows.
Yeah, I love how Tony's like, what?
That's the running joke on the internet right now. It's like, he knows.
Yeah. I think everybody knows, if we're being honest, right? Everyone knows you can come from a butt.
I
The
think
male G-spot is in our butts.
anybody
there's
listening
also,
to this podcast knows that.
I dated a girl one time, and this is gonna sound weird. I won't say who, but they would only. It's not that they would only come during anal, but it would be so much work the other way. It was so wild. Like, we would have regular sex and it was fun. We had a good time, and she'd come, but we're putting in an hour's worth of work, right? But then we'd switch to the B-hole.
Hours?
I said hour. I said single hour.
Hour worth of work.
Of work. That's a lot of work, man. No one wants to have sex for more than an hour.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's insane.
I've done it for multiple before, but that's alcohol related, probably.
And what about, like, you can go for, like, it should be like sprinting, right? You have the sprint, you can have a rest and then go again. But, like, just, like, the whole sting, like, let's do this for 17 hours.
No. Get that. That's crazy. But the girl, we would do a regular style, American style, whatever you want to call it. We would do it, and then we would switch to the B-hole, and then within like 2 minutes,
Immediate.
they'd be like, ah, and I was like, I don't know, that's so crazy to me.
Maybe there's, like, a
but
mental stuff.
then it was just a thing where I was like, well, we might as well just go to the B-hole.
Maybe there's also, I feel like women are more emotional, and, like, maybe it feels more like naughty or against the rules, and that's sexy. Like, I felt that way about drinking even.
Yeah,
I remember on my 21st
there's some trauma
birthday, I
there
was
that
like,
really makes it fucking that way.
But
Yeah.
honestly, yeah.
Could be 100%. I'll ask them. I'm still good friends with them. But I've asked them before, and they're like, I don't know. It's just always like that. So
I think men have a hard time if they've, like, not been with men. I remember, like, early in sexual experiences, just, like, having to explain, like, I'm different than the 3 other girls that you were with. Like, you know, just having to, and that person might have to explain that more because that is unique. But
it is.
whatever.
I mean, I think it was hot. It was fun.
Yeah.
We had a good time. Also, it was like it'd be like one of those things where we would be like hooking up, and you don't win, guys. We don't win every time. We're not gonna make a girl come every time. But it was kind of like a fucking cheat code. What? Don't look at you looking at Mike like he's gonna be like, some of us do. No, we know better.
No.
I'm a realistic man. I understand that. Hell,
Every
I don't
time.
come every time. So explain that. So sometimes people just don't come. You have sex. Sex is enjoyable even if you don't come.
I
but
think it's harder
obviously
with-
we all want to.
with people you don't feel as comfortable with or know. Yeah, that's, so if you're, like, in the dating world, then I think it is harder to, like, right? Because you have to, like, ask for things. You have to, I don't know. It feels like it's harder.
Yeah. Well, it's tough to be on a first date and be like, hey, can you shove that thumb up my ass while you blow me? That's not usually first
Yeah.
date,
But I do think I really did feel that way with alcohol. Like, for me, I think things are more exciting when they're against the rules. So I really, like, drank to excess, and I feel like I liked drinking more before I turned 21. Just because it was like you weren't supposed to do it.
Because you didn't know when the next time you'd be able to do it was.
Yeah, but we got
I did.
creative. Like, think about all the things. I remember so many, like, going into parents' cabinets and getting, like, mixed. We drank the nastiest stuff, too. Like, just whatever was left over, whatever we found, whatever. I mean,
I always heard a rumor about this has got to be a rumor.
girls
right?
can get alcohol, by the way, all the time.
Yeah, it's not that hard, I imagine. I heard a rumor about a girl in my high school used to take her tampon and put it in vodka and then get drunk by putting it in her vagina.
Gen Z does that by putting it in their butt.
I've heard about this, and I feel like it would get to the bloodstream faster or something. I think it can really fuck you up.
Yeah, it gets you fucked up. So it does work.
You could die.
I've never done it.
Well,
but I mean,
guys, I've got one in me right now, and so we'll see how drunk I
Like
get.
high school kids are doing that by putting it in their butt, and they're dying of alcohol poisoning because it bypasses your liver.
Oh shit! Yeah, it wouldn't take much then.
yeah, I was gonna say it because a tampon can only hold so much,
Or maybe it's a heavy flow one.
but that's equal opportunity. Guys
Yeah.
and girls can do it.
Throw it in the ass. We used to parachute drugs once in a while. You guys ever do that?
Yeah, you put in the tissue.
Put it in a tissue and shove it up your ass.
No, we just swallowed it.
All right. Well, maybe it's not called parachute. What's the one where you shove it up your
No,
ass?
That's boofing.
I don't know. Is it no boofing? I think boofing's something different.
Boofing is when you put drugs up your ass.
All right. Well,
Parachuting, isn't that the
worked.
thing that drug mules do when they, like, make the girl
no, that's
swallow
when you swallow
it?
a balloon.
Yeah, that's scary as hell. Ugh.
Oh, have you ever been a drug mule before?
Yeah, I didn't tell you guys about that.
No, come on. You'd be a great drug mule.
All those trips to Mexico are making sense now.
Yeah, you're literally in Mexico every other week. You seem like you and your husband do pretty goddamn well for yourselves.
Can't talk about your new job.
This
It's
is
not
all
a new
coming
job.
together.
It's working for my old boss who actually lives in Puerto Rico now.
Okay. The old-
For tax reasons, but that's America still. No, I would be an amazing drug mule. I would be not a drug mule probably because that would scare me too much. But I feel like I would be a very like people would not assume that I'm.
Yeah.
But I get randomly selected sometimes. I don't know how I seem.
You travel a lot though. Eventually, you're gonna get randomly selected.
I'm pretty jittery. I'm pretty nervous. Like I'm pretty anxious.
See, I traveled with my buddy Joffer a couple times, and he got randomly selected every goddamn time, and it was fun.
Randomly?
Oh yeah, I was like filming them. There was one time it was pretty strange, I thought, because if you're a guy, you have to get a guy to pat you down, girl, and so they had a flamboyantly gay guy pat Joffer down. And I was like, that's interesting, because in the reason, so there's no like sexual, right? There could be no. But it was like a flamboyantly gay guy patting Joffer down. And I was like, shouldn't it be?
Yeah, he could have sued.
That's pretty nuts, right?
But that's making
an
assumption
first of all,
about his sexuality. Maybe
I guess I am making an assumption, but no.
He's the type of straight dude that loves to wear turtlenecks
he had
and
he had
go
his
to
gun
Broadway
in a fanny
plays.
pack. I'm just saying, it was pretty like. No, he was for sure gay.
He had bedazzled his TSA outfit.
Yeah. No, he was a good-looking gay dude, and it wasn't weird, obviously, or anything like that. But I just think the whole premise of that whole rule is a girl has to search a girl. A guy is also, it's like you're not sexually being touched.
I still don't want to be touched by
I don't want to be touched by
anyone.
anybody.
I'd kind of rather be touched by, that good-looking gay dude. That sounds
That'd be
good to
fun.
me.
I got searched the other day. The guy they would also take that piece of paper and they rub it on the front of your dick, and you're like, what? Not the dick, but on the outside of your pants, and then they're like, all right,
I've never seen
they're
that
like, all right.
happen.
No, it's a little piece of paper. They swab your hands, they swab your dick area, they swab like different
I've
pieces.
seen the hands. What the fuck
I
are
don't
you
know.
talking about?
A guy swabbed my dick, not the dick, the pant, the outside of my pant.
I got that you meant that.
He also did the back of the hand touch. No, you didn't. You get really grabbed in there.
I've never seen that before.
You get touched.
I feel
pretty
like
good.
this is just you.
Well, I wonder if it's more intrusive for girls or guys to get searched at TSA, right? Because we got a thing that's sticking out. You guys got boobs. You don't, but most girls have boobs.
The most they've ever done is like from the top inner thigh down and like a rub of the pant. Like they take each side of your leg and just go like that to make sure you don't have anything in your pants.
Yeah.
And when I'm wearing like leggings, I'm like, can it really? Like, what is this for?
You ever, and you ever go to jail?
I told you guys. I think I talked about it on the podcast, but I did go to jail.
Did they make you get naked and bend over and cough?
No, was not. I didn't have to. I might have had to do that. I was in the little like Tempe jail, which is the suburb that Arizona State University is in of Phoenix. And then at 8 p.m. they transfer everybody from that jail, and I'm presuming like other surrounding jails, to County, which is like in the heart of Phoenix.
And you got out before that.
And I got bailed out like at 7:30.
Ah, right before.
Yeah. So
well, if you wouldn't have gone,
I think
you probably would have gotten the old cough test. They make it for the guys too, right? Mike, you've been there. I've been full on naked, fucking. Then they're like, all right, squat and cough. They're just making sure you don't have shit in your ass or whatever. But also, I think that's pretty flawed. I'm pretty sure if I bent over and I coughed, I could hold some shit in my ass. Because otherwise, if you bent over and coughed, wouldn't you just shit? Like if that was like good logic to get drugs out, wouldn't you just shit your pants or shit on the floor right then?
Maybe it's just really extra small, or I don't know. But I feel like I could cough and still clench my muscles down there.
I just did it right now.
Wait, let me try actually now. I want to try it too. Oh yeah, almost more. It almost clenched more.
Yeah. So I'm not really
dumb.
sure, but I think you got to be squatting. There's a squat involved in this. You know.
God, that's humiliating. And honestly, it sucks for them. Imagine being the person who has to look at buttholes all day. Like you're on butthole duty.
Yeah. Well, then the guys were walking around. It's fucking cold as shit in the jail. Luckily, it's cold for everybody, so
I got
Sounds
booked at the
great.
same time as some transient dude who they told me had TB. I definitely told you guys this, and they were laughing at
TB,
me.
you mean tuberculosis? Or
Isn't,
what?
I
What's
think
TB?
that's what
Tuberculosis.
yeah.
Okay.
And they were like, he was clearly insane, and he was like laughing, and they were like joking that they were going to put us in a cell together. But then, obviously, not only did they not do that, but then they separated me from all the other women, which I thought was interesting.
Wonder why?
I don't know.
You're a target.
I'm a target
I think
in
you
the
would-
Tempe jail.
Yeah, I think you'd be a target in the jail.
I don't think
You'd
they're
be a
ever
target in any jail.
Oh yeah, somebody be braiding your hair real quick.
Yeah.
I kind of be
You're
about
too
it. I need
pretty,
to get
dude.
protection
Huh?
quick. I need to get protection.
No.
You know?
No one would like you in jail.
I feel like in Orange is the New Black, I would try to be like that old lady that does yoga and everyone respects, and she like talks to herself, and I would try to make myself seem crazy.
Me and Mike just made eye contact. Like, okay.
What if I just started to act insane? Like, what if I was just like,
Yeah.
did that kind of a
no,
thing?
the best thing you could do, I think, to survive in jail for any amount of time is get there, shit in your hands, and then rub it all over your face.
yeah, no, but
And
like,
then
I
people will
can-
be like, all right, we're going to leave her alone. She's covered in
You
shit.
guys are way overthinking this. You just pay people for protection.
Yeah, you do have money.
I
It doesn't take a lot. Like $20 worth of commissary a week can get you protection.
That seems like a lot.
wow,
You don't
that's a
have
great
job.
tip if I'm ever in jail.
You don't have a
People
job.
send you money.
Who sends you money?
Your family sends you money when you're in jail.
Oh, I don't really talk to my family.
Jail is
I'm sure one of your friends would put
yeah.
money
I'd
on your
send
books.
you $20
Ooh,
to
a
not
week.
get
If I ever go to jail, $20 a week from each one of you. Deal?
28 a week.
Well, yeah, come on. I'll do it
if
for you.
If you text me on my birthday next year, deal.
I'm going to be in jail. How am I supposed to text you on your birthday?
I'll be 100% honest with you. I don't think that we're close enough to warrant
I agree.
birthday
I would
texts.
I would normally say that. I get
We
it.
are.
I don't
You
know
guys
when
are,
your
yeah.
I don't know
Well,
when your
also,
birthday is.
you were last week. You were making some passes almost. So.
But Mike-
Oh, yeah, totally.
Mike, the only reason I say that is because we hung out the day before my birthday. I told y'all it was my birthday. I thought maybe you'd put a little balloon in the group messaging since y'all were chatting yesterday.
I have a lot going on right now.
But you were chatting with this dude on the group messenger.
I don't remember.
That's the only reason.
I
But
actually
Mike,
I sent
you're
a,
you're
wait,
off the
you
hook.
didn't get my birthday text? I sent one.
You're off the hook way
didn't-
more than this dude because
My
we're
internet
just
was
getting to
being
know
funky.
each other.
The internet was being weird. I mean, Pornhub won't even work anymore. So.
But also, I'm needy, so like I have expectations of people that are too high.
True
So-
that.
Look, I called you pretty the other day. I'm good for like 2 weeks, all right? I don't-
Yeah, that does buy you some. That does buy you some good juju.
Good jujus.
Yeah. Anyway, I made it out of jail. I don't know why we started talking about that.
Oh, because we were trying to decide if you were a good mule or a bad mule.
I mean, is it the same for men? I still feel like you're gonna get your ass kicked in prison, even if you give someone $20 of commissary. Like if
I
someone
don't
wants to
know.
fuck you up.
Movies make it seem way different than my experience, but I never went to prison. I just went to jail. So I've never been to like a real,
Hardened.
like I've been, the most I was at was a couple weeks. And so that was the most 2, not just under 2, if we're being honest. but like that's, 12
is that
days.
on your
is
record?
like-
Could you be president?
yeah, it's not like a felony or anything. And also it was
Felons can be president.
really, well,
Is that true?
there's a good chance we're
You
about
can-
to have one.
You can be a president and not even be able to vote.
Is that crazy? Yeah.
Is
That's
that
not-
true?
I don't know.
How?
We're in
What
it.
about like you're commander in chief, but you can't own a gun?
Well, you could just pardon yourself at that point.
Yeah, plus you got security agents. They're all around you. You don't need a gun.
And are you allowed to pardon yourself? This is crazy to me.
No, I don't think you can. But usually the guy
That's-
next to you the guy after you will pardon you.
If Trump
like
gets
that.
elected, he's going to pardon himself, and then it's going to go to the Supreme Court to see if someone can actually pardon themselves.
I don't think they can. He's probably going to get elected.
Oh, he's going to get elected.
It's going
He's
to be.
yeah, he is
It's
definitely.
really
Although
because here's the thing: is people don't like Biden at all. I don't like him.
but
I'll-
people
I'll
hate
probably
Trump.
vote- I'll
People
I
will
know.
vote against Trump. That'll be the
But
vote.
at this point,
But-
people realize that Biden is
Biden didn't win in a landslide.
So
he's
Biden
lost
was
vote.
ruled that he couldn't, the same way that they charged Trump with the documents, and breaking confidentiality or whatever, they were going to charge Biden with the same thing, and a judge ruled that they couldn't charge Biden because he wasn't competent enough to stand trial, yet he's the fucking president.
Well, I will say I'm so on that train, except for whatever they gave him or however they prepped him for State of the Union. Like, he
Was he
actually towards the end you could tell he was losing.
He's getting a little
He was
tired.
losing it, but I mean, generally, and this is like such a low bar, but it was shocking that he was able to like read the prompter. They obviously told him to seem powerful by like yelling and
This is
slamming
pretty
his
crazy,
fists
right?
It's
on the
it's
table.
The
crazy
fact
that we're like,
you're
oh, he
being
got
like,
through the
well,
whole
he could
thing.
read the whole prompter.
I know it's sad.
Mike fucking read us stories yesterday. He shouldn't be goddamn president.
I'd be a great president.
But I'm saying he kept on top. Like, he was clearly, he hit the issues, he hit immigration, he hit this, he had people scream out. When they did, like with the Marjorie Taylor Greene thing, she yelled out, like, say the name of the girl that was killed by the illegal immigrant. And she was like, say her name. And he said it, and he like had a back and forth with her, and he was like firm with her. Like, that's just one.
Yeah.
He's like, I've lost a child. He was pretty good at like, even in those little moments that were not scripted,
Well, she's
of
full on
dealing with
retarded.
it. Yeah, she is.
She's insane, dude. The fact that she is allowed to exist as a person blows my mind. But
By the way, that room, it was such a geriatric room in the State of the Union, and it was like the most fitting thing ever. Occasionally, whoever was shooting like the main shot head on of Biden, there was like someone in the audience with a cane, and they would like stand up and the cane would go into the shot, and the room was full of like just
those old fucks.
the people that are supposed to be representing us that are like barely alive.
I hope.
Yeah, there's a really good meme video out right now where it's all these old people riding around on rascal scooters, and it says people that can't even walk to their own chairs making all of our laws or something like that.
absurd, man. The
So
fact that
humiliating.
Or no, tell people that can't even get out of their scooters about to ban TikTok for us or something
insane. Yeah, the I hope that the next. I think we're fucked in our generation. We're not going to be the ones to change this. I think it's too late because we're already past our prime. I mean, we're
Definitely you.
in a few years we're pushing 40, right? And so I think, unfortunately, we're past ours, but I'm hoping that the next generation figures it out where, dude, give us someone who's fucking 40 at least.
I think
Give us a 45-year-old. I'll take a 50-year-old.
Change
Fucking
your
the 70
mindset.
and 80 shit is insane. All these old people that represent, like, they're, and they don't even, they just go along with what they think we want to hear anyways. And it's all bullshit. None of them give a shit. Not a single person in government is like, well, okay, no, that's not true. But
Nobody should be allowed to be a career politician. It shouldn't be a career. It's like there should be term limits.
The
Yeah.
whole thing that they want to do is keep power, and they'll do whatever they have to do it on both sides. No matter what your background is, that's all it becomes. And I feel like, what did they say? Absolute power corrupts absolutely. It's that thing.
Who said
It's
that?
fucked up. I don't know, some
some
philosopher.
guy. I know.
By the way, you can put a pin in that. This shows my brain again, but you can get a phone into prison because definitely wasn't there a thing with prisoners making
They all
TikTok
have phones
videos? Yeah, they
now.
all
Yeah,
have
they all have
phones.
phones.
They're all doing. I feel like there are drugs in prison. There's
Yeah, of
There's
course.
everything.
a lot of drugs
Dude.
So
in
if you can
prison.
get
Dude,
drugs
remember
in
that?
prison.
Remember that Jailbird show? How good was that? I bet you watched that.
Jailburn?
I think it was Jailbirds.
Hmm.
Oh,
Real
man, it's on
documentary
Netflix.
or
It was on
fake?
Netflix, and they would talk to each other through the toilet.
Yeah, you take all the water out.
Yeah, and then they would talk to each other through the toilet. The women would talk to the men through the toilet, and they would like date, and they'd be able to pass notes back and forth. That was pretty fucking.
Yeah, you
wild.
could pass notes. It's called flying a kite,
Yeah.
and so your bed is like strings, like a canvas.
Yeah.
And you just pull them off and you tie them together, and then you take a comb, and then you throw it under the door, bounce it off the concrete, and then the other person does the same, and then the comb grabs the cord and they pull it.
Well, there's that, and there was also in this jail, anyways, the way it was set up, they were able to flush it to other toilets. It was pretty nuts. It was pretty awesome. I got to send you guys this fucking show. It's on Netflix. It was badass. It was so funny. They're all crazy.
There are women that like look to date inmates, and I do think that would be one kind of nice thing about it. These men are like so bored that they'll actually take the time to do the like romantic, like they'll write you a 10-page letter.
Have you seen the
They'll
Utah?
write 50 girls and then
pull
hope
up
that one
pull up
responds.
YouTube real quick. Have you seen these real quick? I think it's like Utah prison dating. Type in that, and see. Let's see what we got here. Maybe Utah or prison dating or some. Yeah, prison dating. Let's see.
Dead air.
No, it's okay. We can't be. Nope. Keep going. Keep going. Maybe it's not Utah. There's like it's on TikTok and everything. They have like, this isn't any of them. They have like what are they called?
Love After Lockup. What it's like dating an inmate.
No, this is not gonna be any of it. Maybe this is a TikTok thing or something. I don't know. But it's like personals. They're like, hey, I'm Utah. I'm serving.
Oh, yeah.
year
No,
sentence.
yeah.
Blah blah blah. I see those all the time. They crack me up. And then there's that whole website where it's like baddies in prison, and it's just like girls in prison, and everyone just talks about how hot they are.
Let's see. I think I can find a video of that.
What, the baddies?
It does feel
No,
like
it's like
exceptional because you can't bring like makeup in and stuff, so you're kind of
No,
just
they
like
make their own makeup.
whatever you're raw.
They make their own makeup.
Prison
dating ad. Meetanninmate.com.
Well, meetanninmate.com. That sounds fun.
I feel like we should do this and then see what we get back.
No, I'm not.
And then read it out
loud.
loud.
Someone going to date the podcast? I'm not Maybe TikTok. Look, TikTok. It was a TikTok search.
Under
Click
a fake
TikTok.
name, Andrew.
Go up to the TikTok one. Click that. See what happens. What the fuck is happening? Oh, we gotta lie. This is too much. All right, let's just continue with this podcast. Here, let's talk about the mess of the week.
Well, can we just, are we doing yours or mine? Or both?
Why not? I don't give a shit.
Let's just do both.
Let's
Okay.
knock both out.
So first one is Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson.
I don't think that's a messy one. This is yours, but I disagree. I think they're both gonna make a ton of fucking money. It's being streamed on Netflix.
Take away the money aspect, okay? Of course they're going to make a ton of money. I'm talking about reputationally. Do you think it's bad specifically for Jake Paul?
I think it's brilliant.
Because either way, he'll make a ton of money, but if you win, you just beat a legend, and I feel like it's like shitty. He's like an old man. You beat up an old man. It's like not reputationally doesn't look as good.
I feel like nobody feels like Mike Tyson is like this old man.
He is an old man.
Well,
though.
I was
But
worried
nobody-
about it, but then look at the video I sent you, and then that's him. The second link I sent you is like he's like, this is me on my first day of training or something.
Yeah, that's a few years old though.
And
the
it is a
video
few
you
years old. Okay, so
Did
that
he look good?
Oh
he
yeah,
looked
dude.
phenomenal. I was like,
Yeah, of course, it's
the
Mike
body
Tyson.
is.
Mike Tyson, bro.
He's got a body that just won't quit. It's insane.
I will say Jake Paul is. I hate him,
He's brilliant, dude.
but
he's brilliant.
I think he's tougher than people think.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
no,
used to hate him, and
he's beat some legitimate fighters.
But I want him to lose every time. You know.
But that's what makes so much money.
He's just a heel. He's a
the
heel in
best,
boxing.
He's the best boxing promoter that's like ever existed. Like,
he
period.
took the unlikability of like that fiasco, if you remember, from when he was just like a stupid influencer with the Suicide Forest thing.
No, that was his brother.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like
He was on Nickelodeon
Didn't they do
or
shit
Disney or
together,
one of
the
the
two
two.
of them?
He was on Disney, but he also did a bunch of shit. Too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was an influencer, but he wasn't the Suicide
Yeah.
Forest one.
The
That
Rock
was-
But
really
I think that him and his brother were
cut
thought
him off
of
after
in that fluffy, poppy, like influencer, like just kind of they're not serious
Yeah, YouTube,
competitors.
TikTok.
I think he's
bullshit.
also autistic.
But yeah,
think
he
so?
is. He's clearly.
Jake is autistic, I think.
I could see that because he committed to this, and he went from being kind of like, a waif of a dude, like, to. I mean, I saw photos of him. He looks like a grown ass man.
No,
can
he's
fight.
a legitimate
good
fighter. He's a
Yeah.
legitimate fighter.
He's clearly committed. Like, that takes a lot of like sacrifice to get to that point. I mean, it's impressive.
That being
But-
said, I hope he gets his ass kicked by
Yeah,
Mike Tyson.
I do too, and I think
Mike Tyson is insane. Have you ever seen the interview where he's talking about like why he smokes so much weed? Because he doesn't want.
He's
like,
got his own strand out now.
Yeah, if he doesn't want like the part of him that existed that like made him a good fighter to ever come out again, because he says it's like once it's on, you can't really turn it off, and
Yeah, he's
it makes you this
nutbag.
animal, and he just wants to kill kill you.
It is interesting that everyone is like, fuck Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. I can't hope he kicks his ass. And then Mike Tyson was convicted of. So that's pretty fucked up. That even I just remembered this right now, but he was. But
even to your point, you know about this world. Both of you know about
not
this
really.
world way
I'm
more
not
than
a big
me.
yeah.
I never even knew that. You just informed me of
What
that.
the
You almost forgot.
I forgot until literally right now.
That's kind of the same situation that happened with Tupac, though. So
What happened with Tupac?
Tupac also went to prison. But in both of those situations, like it didn't really line up. Like,
oh yeah, I haven't really looked into. I just know he was convicted.
yeah,
And
like
that's
with Tupac, like it even says like in court, I believe that it was like actually these other two guys. Like she came over to see Tupac and he went to bed, and then like she hung out with the other two guys.
Oh yeah, I
and
kind of remember that one.
yeah.
Is that like a Kobe situation too? I don't know.
That was no.
See, I think the Mike Tyson one was supposedly more of a Kobe situation because it was like a beauty pageant that he was sponsoring, and the girl was like a virgin from small town Oklahoma, and she thought that they were going to be like. She says like I thought we were going to be dating and this and that, and then he's like, no, this was just sex, and then he gets arrested.
That's no bueno.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not good.
So I think that's kind of why people forget about it.
I try not
because-
to comment on these.
Make sure to bleep out when I said the word just and when I said it there because algorithm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I try not to comment on these stories because, like, if I don't know the nuances of the stories, then I'm not gonna. Make
Yeah,
a
I don't.
judgment
I
either
also
way.
I don't know the nuances of Mike Tyson's allegations. just
Yeah,
what
none
you
of
just
us were
told me.
there, so
Yeah, and so I can't comment on it, but I do know he's convicted, and it's funny. But that's how unlikable Jake Paul is.
when you put it like that, it
It's
makes
pretty-
it funny.
pretty
It's like,
nuts.
he's so
He's so
unlikable,
unlikable
that
that we're like, yeah, maybe the isn't that bad of a guy.
But to Mike's point, I think that's part of why people want to pay money to watch it because I think he knows. He probably knows. He gets the internet
I'm
hate.
telling you, he is brilliant. The videos that he puts out in promo,
yeah, he's not dumb.
specifically are trying to piss people off. Like,
No,
Yeah,
he's not dumb. That's
he's-
for sure.
Although him,
He's
at the-
retarded, but he's
yeah,
not dumb.
there are things. Maybe he could learn about it, but seeing him at the cryptocurrency conference try to talk about digital currencies and blockchain, I was like, maybe he's a little retarded.
I thought that was his
Yeah.
brother too.
Again,
I don't
know
think
the
you know the
difference
difference between the
of them.
two. Perfect. All right.
I really don't.
Logan Paul was the one that really started pushing NFTs and crypto.
Yeah. Let's
Do they look the same?
They look very similar, yeah.
All right.
let's do one more mess of the week. We have 2 this week, and
Well,
then
so I was overruled. I think I'm overruled a lot. A lot of the time,
Yeah,
you
it's
guys
not that
also like
messy.
the Florida games too. So,
yeah, they were fun.
all right.
I thought they were fun. Then we'll give out some advice, and then we'll get the hell out of here. This is it. Pornhub. That's the mess of the week. Texas, god damn it, you son of a bitch! You stole Pornhub from us. That's my go-to website.
Can you not
And
just-
This is the part that I don't understand with it. So the law just says that you have to verify your age with an ID, but I don't see anything on this website that even gives you the choice to do it.
Well, I think Pornhub said fuck that.
Yeah, basically. I
Pornhub
think that-
basically was like, listen, we've done studies. There's other websites that have had to do this, and it doesn't work. It doesn't stop what you say it's going to stop. We're diligent about verifying people that are on the website.
This is
Yeah.
how Pornhub already is in Louisiana.
And so, good thing I got a VPN. That's all I'm saying.
Pornhub's just like, how do I reach these kids?
Yeah, it's insane. So Pornhub is down in Texas
Can
because
you not
Texas.
just use a VPN?
You can 100%.
I made a little TikTok video where it's the scene from Scarface where they're counting the millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah.
It says OnlyFans models now that Pornhub's banned in Texas, and they're just counting all their money.
There's so many other websites though. They just went after the biggest one. Pornhub's the biggest one.
Yeah, I had to use my imagination today,
Yeah.
bro. Turns out,
XTube. There's
And again,
What
the
else we got?
VPN, you can just flip on your VPN. If you download a
VPNs
VPN
don't just
on your
work
phone.
like that. I don't know if you guys.
what are you talking about? VPNs will 100. I can pull up on my phone
okay,
right
use
now.
a VPN and pull up DraftKings then.
Well, no, DraftKings is different than Pornhub. Pornhub's not.
When laws are involved.
I bet you're telling me I can't watch Pornhub right now.
Pull it up. Let's
All right,
see.
hold
Try
on.
to turn your VPN on and let it sit for a minute while we're talking about it, and then
I
try
don't
to
have
go
to even
to
let it fucking
Pornhub.
sit for a minute. I'm turning it
By
on.
the way, ExpressVPN.
I'm going to say I'm in India.
Sponsor us.
NordVPN is the one I use.
Okay.
All right, where am I going to say I'm at?
I think they're.
All right,
equal
I'm going to Los
relatively.
Angeles, boys, where porn is free for everybody. All right, we are connected.
I heard they got internet out there. in
Look at that.
California.
No, you can't. Anyway, I don't think we can do that. But, yeah, totally works.
So 2 seconds later, we're on
I'm back
Pornhub.
on it. These people are
So,
covered in
A,
cum and having a
that's
good time.
My first point, but also like kids. Can we? I shouldn't say kids. I should just talk about remembering when I was young. Like, you're horny. It's okay. It's natural. It's better for someone to explain about it and talk about it. I had a mother who was so strict and weird and never even told me about like when I got my period and what to do. So she was so uncomfortable talking about that stuff. At school, the PE teacher taught, the football coach guy taught health and like could barely get the word vagina out of his mouth.
Don't
It's-
have sex or you'll
It's
die.
not good. It's I think you have to admit that kids are kind of horny. They're gonna like
They're going to figure
find
it
ways
out.
to look
This
at.
VPN's not stopping anybody. I'll
And
tell
wouldn't you
that
rather
right
they
now.
look at a porn video when they're having these feelings than like, I don't know, do something weird with someone from their class or
Also,
something?
Pornhub is where the generic stuff is. That's like the safe porn. You go on other websites, that's when you're going to find the weird shit.
Kids go to
You
the
know?
dark web.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's fucking crazy. Kids, they'll figure out a way to jerk off one way or another. When I was a kid, I didn't, I had porn. My friend, he would give me a CD of porn. He would just give me a CD that he burnt all these porn videos on. Because, at dial-up, it would take 18 years to fucking...
And then you just ruin the family computer.
Yeah. Well, I had my own, but still, yeah. So, yeah, and then it would take 18 years to download a picture. You'd be like... You'd get half a nipple, and then you'd come.
And then somebody call. And
Yeah, you're like,
turn
get off the
internet
fucking
off."
phone. I'm doing work here.
Do you remember just like being in the woods and finding porn? That was like a thing in the late 90s.
No, we're not in the
You would
woods.
just
Where
find
yeah.
porn in the woods.
My dad lived here in Texas, and he used to buy a bunch of magazines and shit. Like old school.
Yeah, my dad had a subscription to Playboy.
Same with mine, and he
had
said
a-
he had it for the articles whenever he saw
The
me
articles
looking at it.
are amazing. And now as an adult, if I look at Playboy, like the pictures don't do anything for me
Yeah.
because I'm so desensitized to it. And the writing for like is amazing in those articles.
I remember 6th grade. I came to visit my dad, and he went to work, and I was just rifling through his shit, and I get to his closet. And there's this big garbage bag in there. I go, what the hell's this? And it's just fucking magazines, like lots and videotapes and shit. So I was like, oh, God, what a summer. And I stole a little magazine, and it wasn't pictures. There was like 1 or 2 pictures in it. It was all stories. And I started reading it, and it was just like fucking porno stories, right?
We
And
I
I
think
was
that's
in.
so much better.
What, to have to read
It's
your
why
porn?
I like the book. It's why I like books better than like the movie version of any book. This is like not sexual, but just like books I like because my imagination I feel like is so much more like what I like and what I want it to look like. I remember even when I was little, like reading Harry Potter and then going to the movie, and I was like, this isn't what Hogwarts looks like because
Yeah.
it was upsetting. But the same thing with like sexy stories. Like I know what I'm into. I can like imagine the thing the way I like it.
Yeah,
I
I
love a
disagree.
sexy story.
Guys are visual. Although I did like these stories a lot. I was into the stories, and then I remember I was scared. I was gonna steal it from my dad, but I was flying home to New York, and I couldn't. I was too scared to get on the plane with the magazine because I was a kid and I didn't know.
No one was gonna look at
Yeah,
that.
then no one was gonna. I thought I was gonna get arrested for having a porno mag, and so I panicked and I left it at my dad's, and then I went home and I missed jerking off to the porn story so much that I got out a pen and a piece of paper and I wrote my own porn story
Oh, that's
in
so
6th
cute.
grade. And
Do you have that somewhere? You have to read it on the
No,
podcast.
no, I don't
Why
have it
would you
anymore.
have to write it? Like you could just think it.
I was writing it because I liked reading it while I was jerking
wanted
off.
to become a
So I wrote
published
But the
author.
problem is my 6th grade vocabulary. My vocabulary now isn't great, but in 6th grade it was so much worse. So pretty much the only thing, every like 3 words, I was like, she was so moist. It was like, didn't, everyone hates that word, but I don't think it's that bad.
I'm not a fan.
I don't get it. I think people I think someone cool just said that it was a bad word.
No, it did become like a thing, but then it's a thing. It's like, ugh.
That, to me, it's not. I don't see how it's a gross word at all. Oh, moist. What's wrong with it? There's way worse words
It
than
just
moist.
feels like being like.
Name one.
Oh, well, on the spot, yeah, I can think of something. Drippy.
Moist is
What?
worse.
I don't know.
Fungus?
She was drippy. It sounds way worse than.
Dingleberry.
Well, dingleberry is not great. Moist isn't that bad of a word. It's
It's
just
not that bad. I just wanted to see.
a moist muffin sounds awesome.
I just wanted to see which word.
Also,
you
a
thought was
moist
bad.
muff.
Schmegma?
Yeah, that's not gross. I mean, that's not. No, I mean that is gross. That is gross.
Yeah, that is disgusting.
Yeah.
Okay, can we just say really quick, too, that this bill was put into place by this woman, Angela Paxton.
Bill
this is
Paxton's
her bill.
wife.
Ken Paxton's wife.
Okay, no.
He was the...
Bill Paxton. I didn't even catch that at
Yeah, I was
first.
like,
I
hold
love
on.
Bill Paxton.
The Texas Attorney General, who's like, far right, like exactly what you would think, always in a suit. She's like always in like one of those like tweed pencil skirt and a tweed blazer with big gold buttons, like exactly what you think they are. But I love to imagine like their sex life. Like they must be so bad and they're just so angry.
Oh yeah, I like to think that she caught him watching porn and was like, "That's it.
And he was like,
I'm
"Great
putting in
idea,
a bill.
honey."
I'm putting in a bill, and you're not going to stop me."
I
So.
mean, I think that he can be age verified to watch Pornhub. And
Well,
then
you
when
can't.
They were like,
That's the
now,
thing. Pornhub's out.
Yeah, when Pornhub said no, he was like, God damn it.
Wonder if any other websites went down, and Pornhub's just the biggest one.
RedTube.
I never watched RedTube.
I think it's owned by Pornhub. I think most of the
Gotcha.
major ones, like the top 5 or whatever, are all
It's
owned
the
by
same
the same
videos
company.
for the most part.
Yeah.
You ever have a video and then you watched it and
You
then
try to
it was
find it?
your go-to video? I had one video that was like a go-to video, right? And at some point during COVID, there was some real porn shakeup. I forget what it was.
They went through and they
If they couldn't verify it for sure,
yeah,
they
then
deleted
they
it.
deleted
And so
it.
I think it's got deleted, which
90%
makes it
of
sound like
Pornhub disappeared.
yeah, it makes it. But this was this wasn't an old lady, but it was like a
Very clear. Well,
she was very clearly over
it's
21.
not. It wasn't just the age thing. It was also like a consent thing. And
Yeah, there's a
it's
whole ton of
thing.
other things, but my favorite video, I can still picture in my head. I've searched far and wide on the internet, and it's just gone forever.
That's all you need is the memory. So I have like,
You
No.
can find it.
I don't watch porn, but I
tried.
have like 5 go-to scenarios in my head. And it's very rare that a
Let's
new
hear
one
one.
gets in the rotation.
Let's hear.
No.
It's all.
That's not what this podcast.
My husband
that's
gave
not
me
this-
a compliment, called me skinny. I
No,
usually
that's
go to that. That's my number
a different
one.
kind of excitement for me.
Yeah.
Getting a birthday text from somebody that I like I don't know that well. Like that would
This
be.
is a sexual
This-
fantasy.
no, this
getting
is
a
a-
birthday
no, this
text.
is a-
Wow.
This is a
I
different.
blew it. I blew it.
Last week, Mike threw out a thing. Now you're throwing on. There's some vibes here.
By the way, but for real, I have the same like things, and it's very difficult. Like just it's just a thing in my head. I never saw anything, but I do remember when I was a little girl, like pretty young, like 13, being up at we had like a cabin-y type thing in Utah, and I remember there was this one fuzzy channel that would be gray out most of the time, but then occasionally there'd be a flicker of like sex. It was like
Hell
clearly
yeah,
an
dude. I
all
used to
sex
watch-
channel.
That was by design, just to get people turned on just enough to where they would pay for the channel.
Buy the
I was a
channel,
fan. Oh, yeah.
probably.
I watched
But
I watched a lot of Cinemax like that.
I will
Red
say
Shoe Diaries.
I was a little.
with David Duchovny.
I'm a pretty vanilla person. I was a little girl, and I was like super excited by that. I think that's totally normal, and I don't know why. I feel like if you take all of that away from a kid and tell them it's bad, those are the people that end up being fucking weird.
But there's a big difference between getting a glimpse of a titty on a blurred out TV screen versus like having full access to all the porn on the internet.
Which they do.
It's true.
Let's
And-
be
but it
honest.
wasn't-
Everyone has full access to all porn on the internet. It's still, come on.
Yeah, people are gonna
Get a
this.
VPN. It costs $3 a month. Come on. Or like.
I think there are free versions.
Maybe.
I just went to Reddit.
Yeah, or you just go. I mean, Twitter has porn
Twitter,
everywhere. That's
yeah.
Whatever you want. It's out there, kids.
Go
So
for
go
it,
out
kiddos.
there and find your
that's,
porn.
That's what we have to say this
Live
week.
your true
Do
self.
you ever have this thing where you like you're friends with people on Facebook or whatever, and then you like find them on Twitter, and you're like, oh, they're just getting fucked on Twitter, like, and putting it out there for everybody.
There are comedians who have OnlyFans, and I feel so guilty because I didn't pay for this person's OnlyFans, but I was curious, so I typed in their name and OnlyFans, and I think this is fucked up, and I didn't know you could do this, and maybe OnlyFans has gotten better since then, but some of her videos were like, you can just see leaked.
Yeah, that shit. I'm sure. It gets
which is
leaked.
fucked up.
If you put something out on the internet, it's gonna get leaked. If you're an OnlyFans person, it sucks, but that's just what the fucking internet
But there
is.
is something.
Someone's screen grabbing your fucking video and posting it somewhere else.
What is that about our psyches that just like because I've hung out with this person, I know just like there is something like exciting about being like, oh holy shit.
I'm a big supporter of my friends on OnlyFans.
I'm not attracted to this person.
Sometimes it's the same thing. I literally just want to know what the hell you're doing on there.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
Like if a friend, someone on my feed's like, oh, here's my OnlyFans, I'm like, well, I guess I'll check it out. And then I will fucking look at it and be like, huh. And then I usually just unsubscribe after I've subscribed for 1 month. But, I give them $20 or whatever. But some I've watched and I like. So I don't know. It's weird. OnlyFans is strange.
But does it not feel weird in that second scenario you just said to be like, oh, I'm going to go have pizza with this person tomorrow? That's weird.
Oh, I know. I think that we are. There's only a handful of close friends that I know, and now close is even a tough word. I wouldn't even use that word. But I have a handful of friends that I would be in a hangout scenario with that I've seen their OnlyFans, but I don't even think about it.
But think about like this person, for example, that I was mentioning is in a community of comics who for sure everyone has looked. And so now every room she walks into for a hang, everybody's like,
I don't think so.
Seen her. That
Is
would
it
give
Sarah
me,
Silverman?
That would no.
Does
she have one?
No, I was just wishful thinking.
Oh, I was
There's
like,
a
damn, I
handful-
want to see.
There's a handful of comics
She would never.
that have OnlyFans, and I think I've seen one OnlyFans of a comic, but I know there's a bunch of them that have it, and I've seen some of those people in person since, and I don't even fucking think about it. I think that's in your head. You're like, oh, everyone's thinking about it. Well,
Yeah, I
we
think
give
you're
a
just
shit
kind of
about it.
judgy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you are a
Oh, for
judgy bitch.
For sure. We're all, by the way, like,
I'm not judgy. I've never
we
judged
all
anybody
are.
for anything.
I thought about this. I remember when I used to do like Bumble brunches with women, and I remember going.
Bumble brunches.
Yes, I set up when I did the like friend dating app.
Oh my god! Yeah, I always wondered who does best friend search on
It's so
Bumble.
embarrassing. But when you move to a new city and I had no friends, and I remember going to one.
Or you've been in one for a long time and you still have no friends.
I didn't want to do. Yeah, well now that's by choice. No, I love my friends. Love my friends that listen to this podcast, and love you so much. Anyway. So I remember I would set up, instead of the pressure of like one-on-one dates, like I would set up a group of girls, like let's all meet at happy hour. And I remember being specifically at 8 Row Flint, big group of this new friends. And we were all looking at this couple on a first date and we're like, oh, that's so interesting how they're interacting, da-da-da. And she got up to go to the bathroom and she looked amazing, but she had those shorts that her ass was coming out the bottom.
You told this story.
Yeah, so, right? And I said, did I tell this story?
I don't remember.
You told this story.
Okay, so
and the other girls were talking bad about her.
Yes, and then I like,
yeah,
I defended her, but that's my point is like,
2 podcasts ago, we heard
I
the
felt
story.
like a
What
jerk.
a memory.
That's how little of friends she has, that she has one story.
But honestly,
She's like, I was hanging out with my friends the one
judgy,
time.
it stands out as the judgy thing, right? Because it's like, just go play along with it. Like she didn't hear, they weren't hurting her. Like, I don't know. I'm not judgy. I'm just like, it's interesting to like talk about the psychology of things. And so I think if you've done OnlyFans, you'd walk into rooms sometimes and think, okay, this is a little weird. Some of these people have seen
I could see
my badge.
that, but I don't think they think that, and I don't think people overall are like, oh look, she has an OnlyFans. Like, I don't think that's how it's working.
I will say multiple of our friends have talked about it on their podcasts.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well,
Just saying.
I don't know.
Guess who it is?
I think you're talking about Karen Feehan.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the only one. That's probably the.
I
that's
feel like
probably
we
one
should
of the most.
bleep that.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, it
She
might
has
be
a
good. Might be
OnlyFans.
good for her OnlyFans.
Yeah, she has
By
an
the way,
OnlyFans.
I
Check it
think
out.
she's amazing, but I
don't know her
I
very
think-
well. I've met her a couple times.
She's
And I will
fun.
say, every time I've met her, I've never once thought she has an OnlyFans. You know what I mean?
They always
I know,
talk
I
about
know
it
she
and give
has
her
it.
shit.
No, I know she has it, but I'm saying that's what I'm saying is I'm arguing with you. I'm saying that when she walks into a room, people aren't like, oh, she has an OnlyFans.
There's one person that has an OnlyFans that I constantly hear from all the guy comics. Oh, she has an OnlyFans. Like they talk
Who?
about it all the time, and she's a bartender at Secret Group.
What? No, I don't want to know about this. Don't tell me this. I can't.
Now I have
I
to
have
know.
no interest. But who is it? Who? Oh God.
I mean, is this supporting?
It's
Is it
fucking-
supporting
It's
someone
got to
to
be
say
Jesse
it?
Gettings. No, I don't know who it is. But we got fucking.
By the way,
We shouldn't say their name.
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
just leave it at
What?
that.
well,
Okay.
in the like, for example, with the Karen thing, maybe it is support. I mean, again, she doesn't need it. She does great on there, but I just wonder. Like, I also had a girl in my writers group. Okay, so this is someone that none of y'all know, who did OnlyFans because she's in like a niche category. I would say, without giving away too much. And
What's
like,
the category?
She's Asian.
BB
no,
Dub?
a little more niche than that, but
She.
she just would kill it. But she was able to like take her mom after she'd like survived cancer to on some fancy trip and da da da. It was great in that aspect.
I think it's great.
But I know it fucked her up because in the writers group she would talk about how she needed the money, but it was really fucking her up to do it. And so I do think it's complicated. It's
I don't.
A really
I think
complicated
no.
thing.
I think it can, of course, right? But I don't think it's always that way. I have friends. I dated a cam model for a long time to the point where one time she's like, I'd get paid a lot more if you would, on camera. And I was like, can I just like not have my face in it? How's it work?
Wear a ski mask.
So
You have tattoos though.
I know. I don't give who's hunting down my tattoos, right?
I've
You.
seen some videos where I'm like, I know that tattoo.
Yeah. Well, so this was in my 20s. I dated this girl, and it was weird. It was on this website where you'd go live, and then people would pay like $5 a minute or something.
Chatterbait?
Like that. No, it wasn't that, but it was
similar.
similar thing, right? And they would like pay like $5 a minute to watch, and then you could have like there'd be like 50 guys fucking watching, and they'd have their cameras on for like an extra $2 or something a minute, and it was just all their dicks. You just see this on the camera. and you're
I
like,
was
goddamn.
Omegle.
No, yeah. No, but
And
it
you
was.
felt good after.
I mean, honestly, she's like, "I'll pay you some of it," and then at the time I was broke as shit, so I think
I didn't ask if you got paid. I asked how you felt after.
All right,
Is
we
this
fucked.
person a mutual friend of ours?
It's possible. 25 to 30 minutes later, I had about $500, and we were out eating and fucking laughing and having a good time. I felt pretty goddamn good about it, and I still feel good about it.
By the way, there's truly no judgment
The
there.
only
I
weird-
know I would feel like shit.
The only weird part is the guys could type and talk, and I was like, "You guys stop saying shit about me." Like they were like, it was weird.
The one lady from I forget her name, but she was in The Sopranos, and she was also in
Nurse Jackie,
No,
Damn, I love
Chris,
her.
I love
Chrissy's.
her.
Chrissy's.
the one who gets killed. She
Yeah.
gets everyone
Spoiler
dies.
alert. Yeah.
Everybody dies in The Sopranos.
So
Oh, his girlfriend?
yeah, Chrissy's girlfriend,
Yeah,
wife,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
She's great too.
She's also in Sons of Anarchy. She started an OnlyFans, and she said when she started it, she had less than $5 in her bank account, and she was about to lose her house. And within an hour, she had enough money to pay off her house.
Wild.
Yeah,
But
and
it does feel like a last resort thing, no?
I mean, if you're gonna lose your house,
You're so
I guess.
You're anti.
I'm not anti. I'm not anti.
Anti-sex work.
Well, I do think that we've talked again. This is another thing we've already
You're a
talked
prude.
about.
We gotta give some advice out here.
Yeah, let's give some advice because we've already talked about a lot of these things that we talked about post-mass. You can take out anything we've already talked about.
No, you can't. It all stays in, people.
You're gonna hear it again.
I'm actually not sure if I never listened to the episodes, so I never know if things get. When I go, hey, edit this out, I never know if it actually gets edited out.
It does.
All right, let's do this. What do we got?
All right. It says, there's a girl I can't stop thinking about. We were never dating, and it's been months since we've talked, but she has a boyfriend, and I just saw his story with them kissing and another of him shirtless with her wrapping around him in bed. I was going to take a rest day at the gym today, but the second I saw those, I got up and went. This is where I release my anger. Also, I've already started talking to another girl, but every time I think about the new girl, I think about the old one too.
Well, buddy,
It kind of sounds a little psycho.
little crazy. Time to just keep moving on, dude. Time heals all wounds. What do you want? You're gonna break up a couple? You fucking.
You have those
jerk?
people that really get into your psyche deeper than others. You know, like of thousands, like maybe one does that, but you do have those people that like really,
Jamie's been with 1,000 people.
really get under your skin, and it's much harder to shake. But yeah, I'd say, like, actually, if you can use negative things for something positive, the workout thing just stuck
I think
with
that's
me
good.
because, like, I never saw the inside of a gym ever until 2013. This is, like, truly, like, I did not work out ever. And then I started because of, like, you know, it felt like revenge almost. And then I think it's, like, a healthy, good thing. It feels a little bit like therapy for my mind. Like, my mind turns off during it, too. So if you're doing good things, this does sound a bit psycho. Like, you might change over from working out to, like, being outside of her house in the bushes. So, like, don't do that. But if you can, yeah, you're going to think about her. And maybe this girl is just a rebound or whatever.
Maybe not talk to the other girl.
Yeah, don't hurt this. Don't string this other girl along if you're still really in love with the other girl. And that's going to take some time.
No, it doesn't even say in love. It just said that, they dated a few months.
Yeah, it seems more
know.
obsessive than.
But yeah, I don't know, man. It kind of feels like it's something that you want something you can't have. And that's just part of life, dude. Sometimes you date people and they're just not interested in you.
just get the fuck over it.
It's just time to
There
fucking
is something with
move
human
on,
beings,
baby.
though, right? Like, don't you think, like, people just want the thing they can't have more? It's natural to want that, but yeah, you have to get the fuck over that.
Get over it, loser.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to call you loser, but you get it. I think you just move on. You can stick with this new girl if you want. If you think there's something coming out of that, maybe that'll be good for you. But it sounds like you don't give a shit about them.
It
So
sounds like he just needs to work on himself.
I think, yeah, the gym, that's good. I need to do that. I need to go to the gym.
Get a VPN, get on Pornhub, masturbate.
Pornhub, really get that anger out. You know what I mean? Fucking grind it out. But I think this is a simple one. I think you move on and maybe delete them off the, mute them or delete them. Why are you following the boyfriend?
It strikes me.
That's
Block
pretty
him.
weird. Yeah.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
Just block him.
Yeah. And then if they go, hey, why'd you block me? Just be like, it just wasn't good for my
Just
psyche.
say, for my own mental health.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
you can put people on mute. I do that not to hurt feelings. You
I
can put
did
people on
yesterday to
mute.
Jamie. That's why I couldn't text her.
Stop it. You guys are the worst. Mostly you.
Anyways, happy birthday, Jamie.
Happy birthday, Jamie.
Happy belated birthday. We're sorry we're losers,
She is
but we're family.
26 years old today.
Yes.
No,
so
she's
yeah, I can
pushing-
finally rent a car.
She's pushing 37.
I'm
Are you 37?
now I don't want to say.
You're 38? Did you just turn 38?
I don't know.
I thought I'm older than you, and I'm
I don't-
36.
I don't know. You're definitely
feel like-
all older than me.
I feel like we
That's
had
what
this
I've learned.
conversation.
Really? Huh?
I
That's
feel like we
what
had
I've
this conversation
That
before.
must be why I'm so much wiser than you.
Yeah, probably. I'm just so young and dumb. It's so
And
hard.
full of
Maybe
bitchiness.
later.
Anxiety.
Hey, that's the podcast. Thanks for listening. Let's plug some shit and get the hell out of here. This one will come out on the... When does this come out? Next week, right?
16, 17.
We're looking at the 19th right? This is
Yeah.
the 19th podcast. So
Follow us at the Mess Hall Pod, and there will be a live Mess Hall podcast
coming up in 2 weeks at the Riot Comedy Festival at Rudyard's in Houston, Texas. Please come out to that.
It'll be super fun.
At the Mess Hall Pod. I'm at the Jamie Rowan.
I'm at No Youngblood.
I'm doing all these shows. We're doing March 28th is my special. I think I'm going to do a live. If anyone's in Houston, I think we're going to do a live viewing at Boondocks Bar, and I'm going to have some people and friends and people I care about, and maybe the rest of the Mess Hall crew will be there, but I'll be there for sure. And so if you guys do listen to this, come out and hang out, say hi. And that would be really awesome to see you guys there. And then I'm about to announce a big tour. And give me 2 weeks, and it'll all be up and on my website. Right when the special comes out, I'm going to be announcing a tour that has taken me everywhere. And then also April 20th, Tokyo Comedy Bar. I think that's the name of the place. I'm headlining, international headliner, whatever that means. And I'll be there, so please come out. No one's in fucking Tokyo. I bet you we got one listener in Tokyo.
If you're in Tokyo, send us a note.
I checked the analytics. We don't.
Damn,
God
dude,
damn
that
it.
sucks. I stopped.
Way to
checking
really
the
bring it
analytics.
down, Mike.
Hey,
Coulda
we're gonna
pretended.
we'll get after the show. We'll have some listeners in Tokyo because we got Australian listeners.
Yeah, I did see those.
We got
So
Australia.
do
We
have
got New
Australian
Zealand.
listeners. Yep,
Everywhere
New
we
Zealand,
go, we get a couple.
Canada. You have some
I've
in
never
Mexico.
been to Canada,
a few in
but-
South America.
Mexico is probably those guys that blew me.
I might just go to Tokyo and not even tell you I'm there. But
I
I'll
would
go
love.
see your show.
I would love for you to go. I'll
And
put
then-
you on the
and
list.
Then I'll hide in the back.
You'll
Creep.
you'll be the tallest one there.
Yeah, that is true.
And whitest. We wouldn't be hiding that well. So, anyways, that's the pod. Mike, you got anything?
Yeah, the 20th is Soup Kitchen at Boondocks, but it's sold out.
So go to the next one.
And then, so yeah, it'll be the third Wednesday of the month at Boondocks, and then April 25th to be announced. And then there's like 9 other ones on there, but just follow me at Buddha Love Presents.
Get a goddamn website already, buddy.
It's all new to me, bro. I don't know.
I
how
know.
to-
Get a
I don't know how to handle
website.
it.
Just get a landing page. You'll figure it
Oh,
out.
and my interview with Joke World comes out in a couple weeks.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Sweet. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
And don't forget to watch Andrew's special at the end of the month.